Welcome back, people. And of course, we are joined by award-winning photo artist Imole Tobi Balogun, also known as Tobbinator. Yeah.
And he's joining us, of course, this morning to talk about, his craft as a photographer. And, of course, he's the lead photographer at TCD Concepts and a creative director at F27 Arts. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Hiya.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, your hair, though. How long have you been doing this hair?
You shouldn't have talked about it. That's the point. You wanted to talk about the hair. You just ignored it like it wasn't there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Hi, Tobbinator. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
I want to know about the hair, though, because, like, how long have you been growing that hair?
I've had it since 2018.
Wait, 20?
Oh, sorry, 2008.
I want to say, like, 2018.
Yeah.
Not 2008.
Okay, can you try to, like, pull it out? Let me see if
Let's see how long.
Is it longer than this, or
It
you've
can,
just been
it's
tucking
longer
it
than
in?
this. So it goes all the way.
Nice.
So I just have to be humble.
Thank God we have long hair. Can't
Be
press us.
humble.
Yeah. So
All right, now let's talk about you as a photographer. You've been doing this for, what now, like,
10 years.
for so long?
13 years.
13 years.
Yeah.
Interesting. How's the journey been?
It's been good so far. Like every teen creative, you have like your ups and downs.
Okay.
But for me, I feel like the rewarding part has been, manifested more than, the other parts of things.
So now,
So far, so
13 years of your life, let's talk about the beginning stage. How was it like for you discovering that you wanted to be a photographer? Did you always want to be a photographer all your life, or did you stumble on it?
Well, I wouldn't say I stumbled on it.
Okay.
Because my mom owned cameras, right?
Oh, okay.
And I was this guy that was...
She owned or sold?
Owned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she had like this film cameras.
Yeah.
And then I can recollect that she would take pictures of us
okay.
regularly. So it was kind of like a thing that started from when we were like children.
Okay.
But over time, I got myself like a camera phone.
Okay.
And then started taking pictures as well from school.
Yeah.
And then it transitioned into being a graphic designer.
Okay.
And then when I got to uni, I just decided to, focus on photography.
Talking about graphic designing, I've noticed that a lot of photographers who also have that graphic design skill are quite exceptional with their work. You can tell from their work how it's different.
Yeah.
Must every photographer have that skill? Must you be able to hone those skills of a graphic designer?
Not really, but it helps when you have the eye.
Okay.
And when you understand design as well.
Okay.
Because there are like different rules that actually guard photography, right? So you need to know how to compose, you need to understand colors, and it sort of helps when you already have like the knowledge of how to mix these things up, or how to make these things happen prior to.
So I want to talk about you moving from TCD photography. We have F27 Arts.
Yeah.
And F27 Arts blew when there was the very popular marathon, and you took that. Would I call it?
Aerial view.
The aerial view of everybody
Aerial.
running. Now, how did you? Because it's one thing to see people running, and it's another thing to know what it would look like taking such a shot. So, what inspires your choices?
Okay, so for that shot,
Yes.
I had originally wanted to participate in the marathon.
Okay.
Right,
Oh, okay.
but my kids did not come in on time because I had to go to work as well. So I just felt like, okay, you know what, I'm going to run with these people and then film it regardless. But then while filming it, I saw these people just gathering. They were impatient, right? Everybody was feeling somehow because time was literally going.
Yeah.
So I just felt like, okay, you know what, it would be nice to actually see what these guys look like from the sky, right? And then I approached them with my drone and then, did a bit of recording and then took some pictures.
Yeah.
And I just knew that I was onto something because from the ground you could see the colors.
Yes.
And I felt like it was going to look more interesting if you look at it from the sky. So
So
I
now,
took the shot.
What we have showing on screen, this must have been the NSAR's protest.
Yes, NSAS protest.
It's still amazing how you just know what it's going to look like, because I'm sure I would not be able to?
Well, I mean, as a creative, you should be able to visualize what, you know, the outcome of your process is going to be. So for me, I can literally imagine what the result is going to be. Because photography can be like mathematics, or it's sort of like mathematics. You need to know the numbers, you need to calculate certain things, you need to like literally add numbers together to arrive at, you know, the result, which is the pictures.
So I mean, I know that we are going to check out a few of your pictures while you talk about them, but while we are getting ready for that, you talk about being a creative. That means that's a skill that, as a photographer, you need to have. But have you ever experienced a block, or there are times where, you know, you're at a certain place and you're like, what's happening? Like, those creative juices are not just flowing.
Yes. I think it happens to writers as well. I think they call it writer's block. When that happens to me, I travel.
Travel to where?
Different places around the world.
No, when you said travel, I thought in your mind.
No. My mind doesn't travel. But even then, your mind still goes on a journey because then you're looking to create something. But for me, I just step away from, you know, the hustle and bustle of Lagos or even Lagos mainland or island and then go to the beach, you know, or go to other states within Nigeria. So the last time I went to Obudu Resort, and, you know, I went there to experience what the beauty, you know, that we have in Nigeria is. And from there, took some shots and came back and, you know.
So before we take your pictures, I have this quick question. So you transitioned from TCD to, or you still have TCD,
but
you transitioned, yes. Your type of pictures changed. Now, you're like the pioneer photographer that started these types of photography. So how did you move to these creative spaces of like what we have on screen now? Okay,
so as a creative, you need to evolve, right? Over time, you don't want to be doing the same thing, right? And even if you're doing the same thing, you need to bring in different spices, because after a while, something becomes an acquired taste and people get tired of it. And, you know, God has given us the talent to see, to create stuff as well. So for me, I feel like adding new acts or adding new products, adding new skills to what I already have is beneficial to my growth on the long run. And it's beneficial to other people too, because they get to experience the awesomeness that you are able to, like, you know, project.
All right. During your evolution, do you have people that inspire you?
Well, I would say my environment inspires me. I've always wondered what it feels like to be a bird, to be up in the sky.
Wow.
That explains the drone.
Yeah, in a way. I mean,
always flying.
You know, sometimes you are in the plane, right? And there's only so much you can see. You look down and everything is looking tiny. Right? So, and then you start to realize that you're just a tiny speck in the grand scheme of things. You know, so
word of wisdom.
Gonna tweet that.
A tiny speck.
So I feel like the pictures are like a constant reminder that you're here. And then you can actually still see things from a different perspective.
All right, quickly, I would like to talk about equipment.
Expensive.
When they spend money for equipment,
yes, we are.
And you have to upgrade them every single time.
But
new
do you have
comes
to upgrade them every single time?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
But you can move with the times, right?
Yes, because you have to, you know, it's a competition. Like, it's quite competitive, right?
It is.
Tell us about
the competition could be based on the type of clients that you have. And the kind of things that you do.
So, please share with us the story behind this while we get you to the kitchen, of course.
Okay.
Let's have you go to the kitchen.